Excellent. It's the Chodesh of Rachamim, mercy. It says that the king is in the field, getting out to the people, and everyone can just come and say, "Hello, my king. Can you please help me? Can you please bless me?" etc. So this is the time that we can really get closer to Hashem. This is a time that there's a lot of light in the world, and we can use it to daven, to pray better, to learn more Torah, to try to make, midot tovot, to help your friends. It's a good time. It's a good time to do good things because there's a good energy in the world. There's a lot of mercy in the world. And if you have something to ask from Hashem, this is the best time to ask from Him because He's really available. He's in the field, and you don't have to pass all the how you say procedure. When you want to meet the king, you have to go through all the officers and all the ones in charge. But now, when the king is in the field, you just can knock on his window and say, "Hello, my king. We love you, and if you can please help us, we need a few things." So it's the best time to do it. And when we look in the Zohar, this Parshat Shavua is Parashat Teitzei. And like we say, it's a very important Parashat Teitzei because it begins with Teitzei le'milchama al oivecha. And the Baal Shem Tov explains, and when you go out to war against your Yetzer Hara, against the evil, you're above him. Teitzei le'milchama, when you go out to war, al oivecha, you're above your enemy. Unetano Hashem Elokecha be'yadecha, and there's a promise here that He is going to give this enemy to you, and you're going to win. Veshavita shivyo, and the reason that really we have so many fights during our life is because there are sparks in the world, and the bad side, the evil side, doesn't want to get them free, and we have to win them by all kinds of actions we're doing, praying and learning and doing mitzvahs and so. And there's a beautiful thing I saw here. There's a pirush here that brings Or Chaim. You heard about Or Chaim? Abraham. Or Chaim HaKadosh.
I know it, or light and life. I don't know what it means.
Or Chaim, he was a very righteous man. He lived about the time of the Baal Shem Tov. And he lived in Jerusalem, and he has a pirush, a commentary that calls, its name is Or Chaim.
Okay, no, I don't know anything
This
about
is a comment. You don't know about him?
Nothing at all.
Okay, so the Sephardish groups really they know him, and they are very connected with him. And there's the stories that there was a connection between him and the Baal Shem Tov. And the Baal Shem Tov said that he has the ruach of David HaMelech. The Baal Shem Tov said about himself that he is the nefesh of David HaMelech. And he said that Or Chaim HaKadosh is the ruach of the Baal Shem Tov.
Okay.
He's higher than him. And he said that everywhere he goes in the world, he used to leave the body and just to go around in the world above, He said everywhere he came, he saw the footsteps of Or HaChaim HaKadosh. And there's a famous story that on Shabbos he passed away. Or HaChaim was very young when he passed away.
Horrible.
It was called the Western Candle, Ner Ma'aravi. He was like a candle, you know. The soul is like a candle, and he was like a candle all the time. All the time waving, he's moving from side to side, getting closer and closer to Hashem. And on Shabbos, the Baal Shem Tov washed his hand to the third meal, and he said, the Western candle is now is not lighting anymore. He passed away. So they asked him, how did you know that? He said that there is one kavanah about Netilat Yadayim that only one person in the world has it. And it was in the hands of Or HaChaim HaKadosh in Jerusalem. And when he made Netilat Yadayim to Suda, to the third meal, he got this intention, kavanah, he got this kavanah, so he understood that actually Or HaChaim passed away. And that's what happened. So we want to say today, I saw a very interesting Torah here from Or HaChaim, that it relates to the Zohar. So maybe we should look and say a few words about it.
Please.
He says here, כי תצא למלחמה לאויביך, וראית בשביה אשת יפת תואר. You will see in the war a very beautiful woman. And you will want her, and you will take her for a wife. And that's very strange, yes? Because what's the meaning if she's beautiful or not? I mean, you know, in one of the Midrashim, they say that even if she's very ugly, you can take her. So the point that she's Yefat Torah is not really the main point here. So why do you say Yefat Torah? And he says here, Or HaChaim says, we have to understand it. It's very deep, and we have to have help from the Zohar to understand this point, from the inner world, from the inner Torah. Otherwise, we cannot understand it. Because what? What because? Because how can it be that the Torah will allow someone to be unpure with a Gentile girl? Especially in the time of war, when in the time of war it says that Hashem is going with you, the Shekhinah, Hashem's reveal himself in the camps, in the war, during the war, with the soldier of Am Yisrael. He's there with them. So how can you allow such a thing to happen? You have to put more purity. Yes, you have to add kedusha, holiness. So how can it be? The right thing was that the Torah will forbid such an action. And then he brings here that actually in the sin of the Adam Arishon, there were very precious souls that fall down into the Sitra Achara, into the evil side. And these souls, they are the souls of the ones that convert to Judaism during the years, during the history. And few very, very important Rabbonim came from the Goyim, from the Gentiles. Ruth Moaviyah, Ruth, yes, the grandmother of David HaMelech.
Was Akiva a convert? Was Rabbi Akiva a convert or no?
He was a son of a
אבא
convert.
שלו.
His father was a convert, yes. Yosef, Akiva ben Yosef. Yosef was a convert. And Shmaya Avtalion were converts. Onkelos, there's the commentary Onkelos Ager, and many of them, many converts. And all these souls actually fall into the Sitra Achra in the time of the Adam HaRishon, the sin of Adam HaRishon. And they had to find their way back to Kedusha, to holiness, and it was not the easy way. And then he says here another thing, I'm going to give you another secret, say Orachai. Sometimes you can find the holy soul that connected with not pure soul, with something unpure. And she hasn't got the power to bring the evil part to goodness. And there she is. She's, all time. It's a situation of war between good and bad all the time. And you can learn it from who? So the Zohar says from Rabbi Hanina ben Taradion. Hanina ben Taradion was a very righteous man. And the Zohar says that his soul was connected with Shem ben Hamor. You remember Shem ben Hamor, Avram? The one that raped
No,
Dinah,
I do not.
the daughter of Yaakov. We're talking about the time of Yaakov Avinu. Shem ben Hamor.
Yes, well, he was the king that was the bad guy, right? The bad king.
He was the bad guy, but
Okay, yes, I know all about it.
in his soul was connected a very holy soul of Rabbi Hanina ben Taradion. And that when you come to Yaakov and you say Haaretz rechavat yadayim, so Haarizal says the word rechavat is the initial letters of Rabbi Hanania ben Taradion. That means the soul, the spark of Rabbi Hanania ben Taradion was with the soul of Shem ben Hamor.
Tell me one more time who about the person he was connected to. Shem was connected to Yochanan, you said?
Shem ben Hamor was connected with Hanina, Rabbi Hanina ben Taradion.
Okay,
And
who is that?
the first letters of Rabbi Hanina ben Taradion, this is the word Rechavat. Rechavat is very wide. And this is what Shem ben Hamor told Yaakov, Haaretz rechavat yadayim. He said, so it's hinted. It's hinted in the Torah and the Chumash, the name of Rabbi Hanina ben Taradion connected with Shem ben Hamor.
Okay.
And,
I don't know why. Is there something about it though? Was there a significant point about it that I should?
No, he just want to say that while he was with, so we said that sometimes a good spark is together with something that is evil because of the mixture that happened after the sin of Adam HaRishon. Yes, like we said about Onkelos, about Yosef, the father of Rabbi Akiva, about other converts, that they fall down in the klipot, in the shells, and now they have to find their way back. So he says, Arizal comes and tell us that this was the story about Rabbi Hanina ben Taradion. He was connected with Shem ben Hamor, and when he connected himself with Dinah, then actually the good spark came out of him and continued with Dinah.
Wow.
But it's not that Dinah was the mother of Osnat. that was the wife of Yosef Atzadik.
Yes, this is what I
But
remember
actually,
this. Thank you. So
a
that's
very
how
weird way, it's a very strange way that the spark comes out from the shells and comes back to Kedusha. That's
a
okay.
lot of
Well, that's what
hiding
you
in,
want. Yeah.
but yes, I think, thank you. I got it now. I don't know the timeline though. The timeline is what is now bothering me. This of this holy rabbi that you're mentioning that was connected to Shem. When was he living?
Where Rabbi
What
Hanina ben
time?
Zakkai, Rabbi
Yeah.
Hanina ben Zakkai, I think he was in the time of the Romans.
Okay.
He was one of the 10 Harugei Malchut, the people that were passed away to because of uh,
Because of
the
Yosef.
Romans killed
Yeah, I
them.
know that story.
Akiva, Rabbi Hanina ben Taradion, there were a few.
Okay,
Yehuda
thank
ben
you.
Baba, Yehuda ben Baba, there were Rav Shimon ben Gamliel. All these we were talking about them in Yom Kippur and in Tisha B'Av. We were reminding the names. In the yeah.
I'm with you.
Okay.
Thank you.
A very interesting point that when you want to say that actually there's sometimes that things that happen in the world, of course, we know and we have to know that we have to go in the ways of the Torah, and but you see that the Torah gives here an option that it's not clear, and the reason is because sometimes there is a holy spark in the Gentiles, and by taking it and doing all the process, you're bringing her back to her source, to the place she was before she's belonged to. Okay.
That was nice. Thank you. Very good.
So for how long we're learning, Avram?
Another 2.5 hours. This was only the first 20 minutes. You don't have anything else to do. No, I would like to learn something more. Maybe one more important thing. Maybe no, two more important things. I would like to learn this. I would like to learn I'd like to learn this Parsha Shavuot, one or two pusiks of the Zohar, okay? And then I'd like you to tell me something about this, just the Parsha Shavuot that I should know. And then if you want to go further, you could talk about, the king being in the field again, but it's okay.
Okay. So we say something from the Zohar. He says here, Bat Kol Begaluta. The Zohar says, Rabbi Shimon says that the voice you know what Bat Kol means, Avram? Bat Kol means like an echo. It's like an echo.
Echo, okay.
That people use to hear sometimes voices, not from their head, but there was a bat call in the world, yes. Mm-hmm. But you say today the bat call, this voice is in Golus, it's in exile, and you have to come to her to, how you say, to redeem her, to take her out from prison.
The echo, using the word echo, which is not the Shekinah. This is sounds like we're talking about the Shekinah, but we're talking about something different, right?
Yeah. And he says that actually the Shekinah He's all the time is shouting about her sons, about Am Yisrael. And she's very sorry about their exile, but nobody is helping her to get them out from exile. We have to understand that now we're talking only about 2 Shvatim, 2 tribes. What with the 10 tribes? They're here in the world somewhere. I don't know where, but they're here somewhere in the world. And the Shekhinah is shouting about her, these holy souls that are in exile, that Hashem will take them out, take these souls out from exile. The Itmar. Hine Malkech Yavolach. And he continues and he says, here is your king is going to come. Tzaddik v'nosha, he's righteous. And he's nosha. Nosha, that means he's nosha means when he has a problem or he's shouting to Hashem about any problem in the world, Hashem helps him. Nosha. He's saved, yes. Every problem he has, it's like a problem, a riddle in his reality. And not always he can solve all the riddles. But then he shout to Hashem, please help me, I need to solve this problem, I have a problem. And Hashem will help him to solve this problem. He will be there for him, to help him, and that he won't waste his time and energy.
I'm going to ask Hashem for that for me.
It's very interesting, Abraham, that they say, yeah, but it's interesting that you know that when David, Shmulik, אתה שומע?
כן.
When David David was fighting Goliath, Rashi says there that Goliath fell on his face. And that's something that is not natural. Why? Because when someone gets a stone in his forehead, he should fall backwards, not forward. So why did Hashem interfered, התערב, and Goliath fall on his head? Why? So Rashi says there, because David had to cut his head off. And Hashem wanted to save him few steps. He was very big Goliath. So if he would fall backwards, he has to go more few steps. So Hashem wanted that David to save him few steps. So that's the reason he falls forward, so he can cut his head easier. It's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're saying actually, that if we're looking on what we're dealing with, and we're really trying to put things in order, Hashem will help us. Yes, that will the energy we're taking out, the money we're taking out, the power. It will be more specific. It will with a small effort, you get a big benefit. I mean, you can go out fishing, and to sit for 7 hours with your how you say hook? How you call it?
Fishing pole.
Fishing pole, and nothing will come up. And you could come and 7 minutes. Well, 3.5 kilo fish will come up in your field. So it's the point is, how much Hashem is really involved in our world, in our doing, in our thoughts, in our speech, and so on. So this is tzaddik v'nosha, u'moshia le'ela ve'ant letata. And Hashem, He's helping us from above. And Moshe Rabbeinu, that is actually the Moshe Rabbeinu, he's going to be the Mashiach. That's what the Zohar said.
Okay.
But the soul of Moses is going to come again and be the soul of the body is going to be the body from David HaMelech. But the soul, the first Goel Rishon, who Goel Acharon? The first, how you say Goel? It's the one that saved us from Egypt. He is the one that's going to save us from this exile.
Okay.
And that's what we say in the praying, as Yashir Moshe. What is as? Then, when Mashiach will come, Moshe will continue his song. He sang when we came out from Egypt, and he's going to sing, and we're going to sing with him when Be'ezrat Hashem is going to build the temple. מוריק, יש לך הערות, דברים שאתה רוצה להוסיף למרקה?
לא.
Yes.
הקשבתי בחצי אוזן פשוט.
טוב, חצי אוזן,
שמוליק.
חצי משכורת. אתה יודע, שמוליק.
כן.
Shmuley, teach me some Torah.
או...
חבוד, שמלכה, תגיד לנו משהו.
אגיד לכם משהו. או, בדיוק עכשיו, אני לא יודע אם סיפרתי לך, אבא, שהייתי
Rock
באנטיגואה.
English.
When I was in Guatemala. I was in Guatemala.
Wow.
I was there for Shliches to help Beis Chabad there. I was
Okay.
there for a month. And there was a Gentile, how it called?
Going, Gentile.
Yeah, how?
Goyim.
Going,
Goy, yeah.
Gentile, yes.
Was Goy that you wanna converge, how is it called?
Convert to Judaism.
Converge?
Convert.
Yes.
He wanted to become Jewish.
Yeah, wanna become Jewish. And it was in the process, I don't know exactly the thing. And it was very interesting. He was a very nice guy. He was very helping to the Beis Chabad, and he was come every Shabbos, and he was in the davening, and of course he wasn't part of the minyan. He's in the middle of the conversion, and very very nice guy. And then once I sit with them, and we sit on a beer and we talk on life, and it was very curious the way that he understands that he want to converse. And we start to talk, and we talk about the life and the belief and on and on. And then I don't know how we start to talk about davening, and he told me that the daven that he the most love, it's mincha. Why? He told me that because it's in the middle of the work, and then he go to his car and he forget about his boss, forget about the people that need from him things. He threw all this away, and now he's talk with God. Now he talk with Hashem. And it was very, when I heard that, it was very, very, very strong. Why? Because what he said, it's wrote in Chassidut, that the precious daven, it's mincha. Because Shacharit is the start of the day. It's before you start to work, you start to see the world. It's before all of that. It gives you powers that when you go to the work, you think about Hashem. But mincha, it's the most precious. Why? Because you are in the middle of the work. You're now middle of the things to do, and you leave everything, and now you go and talk with Hashem. And it was amazing that he's not Jewish. He's only in the way.
Mhm.
And he said idea, that a very deep idea of Hasidut. And this is it, that we need to know if our connect with Hashem is really connect, we are real connect. So when we are in the middle of the work, when we are in the middle of the things to do, we leave everything. This is how he said. He told me, I leave everything, and now I speak with Hashem. Said it with such a
Beautiful.
So
Very, very
yeah,
beautiful.
it was very, very beautiful.
A beautiful Indian.
אני לא שומע אותך.
It's very interesting.
Yeah, now he asked me if I can write for him a note that I know him in such a way that I can say that he's really want to be a Jewish and he in the way. And so I wrote that what I saw. I wrote that. Of course, it's very, very
Very deep thing.
It was very interesting.
So you want to help him. You want to help him. That's
Yeah,
wonderful.
because the rabbis want to know. They want to hear people that met him, and if they can say that they saw that he's really want to be Jewish, and it's not. I don't know. You know, the conversion is not. It needs to be from a real place.
Yeah.
If someone want a conversion because he love a Jewish girl, they don't accept them because it's not coming from a place to be a Jewish. It's come from a place that he want to marry a Jewish girl. It's another thing. So the same, they want to know that he's really want to be part of the Jewish people. So I wrote this story.
Great.
Now I wrote that.
That's beautiful. I'm glad that you were able to do that.
Yeah, this is the rabbis. This is their work. If I can help them, I don't know. We're not looking for conversion. He still can be a guy that love Hashem. It's not a problem. But
much easier.
Yeah,
much easier. For him.
this is what they're gonna tell him.
I think there should
we
be more.
600. What?
I think there should be more teaching about that, the 7 Noahide laws, and that I think that I'm just saying that there's not enough teaching on that topic. There's not enough teaching. There are.
You're right. The Rebbe really want us to teach and of course, yeah.
Spread the truth in the world, Avram. We have to bring our lessons to all the American people, to all the English speakers in the world.
Yeah. So I'd like to share with you something about my journey for the last 2 months. Okay. If you have another minute.
Yeah.
So I got exposed to many different people in the last 2 months. Baruch Hashem, I was in a nice place to keep Shabbos, but I met all kinds of Yehudim. I met guys that were following different Hasidic teachings. And what was strange is that this one Hasidic guy, Nahabad, was saying that he's learning about how it's good to criticize and rebuke Jews as that aren't following what he believes. Okay, whatever he believes.
Well, I don't understand what Abba Omar.
rebuke זה לבקר, להוכיח.
And to hate them.
Yeah, okay.
And to hate them.
Oh.
And to,
It's Chassidus? It's not Chassidus.
I know. This is 100%
It's
chassid, okay?
Nagdishe
It's a
fellow.
chassid, all right? And this is the
okay,
point.
it can be, of course, yeah.
So he was going,
There is some.
he was telling me how that the Rebbe said, I'll try to be
The Rebbe.
exactly, our Rebbe, Schneerson said
Okay.
that it's a good thing that these other Jewish groups are hating each other because they will, and promoting hate among Jews, because Chabad doesn't have to, because they're doing the work for Chabad.
No. It's not a meaning. Of course, it's not a meaning.
I know,
I
but
can
I'm
tell
letting
you
you know.
something else.
Okay.
The thing that maybe talk about it's that there is Jewish in Jerusalem that they doing הפגנות. איך אומרים הפגנות, אבא?
הפגנת demonstrations.
I don't know exactly that they about
Demonstrate
Shabbat.
against Shabbos.
Yeah, they scream about Shabbat, and the Jewish need to keep Shabbat. And I heard, I don't know if it's true, that the Rebbe once said that if they wasn't doing it, that so Chabad was need to do that. That was need to go and scream that we need to keep Shabbat and we need to do all the good things, and that, but hey, Jewish, it can't be. It's one of the basic things in Tanya, Perek Lamed Beis.
Well,
it's of course it's not the meaning. The meaning is that Chabad not going to the street and meet Jewish, and we told them you need to keep Shabbat in such a way that you have to keep Shabbat. We're doing it in the love way. We're not doing it in the way that I'm gonna scream on them. So the Rebbe said that if nobody was doing it in a little bit hard way, we also was need to do that. But it's not the hate. It's just don't understand.
okay.
It can't be. I heard the Rebbe said. I heard now a few days ago. I see a video of the Rebbe. The Rebbe said, the Rebbe screamed, how it can be that now it's a month Elul. So there is some Jewish that came to Jewish people, and this is the way of Musar. Before Hasidut, it was Musar. This was the way that there was scream on Jewish
Yes.
that you're not good, and you need to prepare to Rosh Hashanah, and you don't know.
Yeah.
So the Rebbe screamed. I saw it. It was very that. How you can, the Rebbe just scream at, how you can talk like this to Bavat Eino of מה זה Bavat Eino, Abba?
The most precious thing for Hashem, of Hashem.
Yeah, like the Rebbe said, the Gemara said.
He keeps his eyes.
The Gemara said that Am Yisrael, they are Bavat Eino of HaKadosh Baruch. Bavat Eino is like the eyes of Hashem,
Okay.
like the most precious thing. So the Rebbe scream, how you can go and scream on Jewish that they are the most precious thing of Hashem. So, of course, if you hear this way of looking, this is the truth. That every Jewish is son of Hashem and is the most precious thing of Hashem. Of course, the Rebbe never will say such a thing that we need to hate Jewish, and of course
yes,
it's not.
I'm sure it's you are correct. I want to tell you one other thing.
I just wanted to say something, Abraham.
Yeah.
I read a few days ago. There's a conference that's called Bikur Chicago. You heard about it, Shmulik?
What is
Chicago?
That's where I'm from.
Bikur Chicago.
Chicago. It's the Rebbe Harayat, the Frierdiker Rebbe, went there to Chicago in
1899.
Wow.
No, I don't know if it was in Tafshin Bet. It's before 80 years.
Okay.
כן.
He was in
משהו בערך כמו
Chicago
שהוא אמר.
80 years ago, and there's a whole contrast that the Rebbe, our Rebbe, took out about it's most of it's in Yiddish. But I started, I don't know very good Yiddish, but I started to look inside. It was very interesting. Some is in Hebrew. And one of the interesting things he says there, it's what was the really new way that the Baal Shem Tov brought to the world. He brings 2 points. One point he said that like Shmulik said, every Jew is very precious, and everyone that says Tehillim, that says Torah, that says Zohar, even if he doesn't understand what he's saying, it's very precious in the eyes of Hashem. That's one thing. And the world, the Torah world at that day, 270 years ago, couldn't accept it. How can you say that someone that doesn't understand what he's saying is important to Hashem? I'm learning for so many years. I'm learning and I'm trying to understand and to teach others and so. And you come and you say that someone that hardly know how to say the words while he's saying Tehillim, it's so precious in the eyes of Hashem. They couldn't accept. This is one point. The other point that they were very angry about the Baal Shem Tov, that the Baal Shem Tov said that everyone has to make tshuva. It doesn't matter if you're a big rabbi or a righteous man or a simple man. Everyone in Am Yisrael has to do tshuva, because tshuva is to come back to Hashem, and Hashem is infinity. It's endless. So this has to be a process that you're doing all your life, to come back and to come closer to Hashem that is Ein Sof, infinity. And this is they couldn't accept, these 2 points. He brings in this contrast, he brings it. So I think if this fellow you met, Avram, could read this contrast, maybe he will speak a little bit different about Chabad, because it's totally
It wasn't.
It's not on the table. It's something that it's not our way to rebuke. It's not our way to say what's wrong. The way is concentrated what we're doing, and to come and to say to show example. If you want to show example. Deal with yourself. I'm not coming to fix anyone else. It's not my job. My job is to bring light to the world and to be with nice people. If someone I don't like him, so I say, okay, if I can do it, I'm just going to the other side of the road. That's all.
Yeah,
I'm not dealing with it.
So I want to just say one more thing about this person and what he told me and what I felt, and then I'll be done. Okay.
Yes.
So I felt that based on the other things that he was saying, it made it really sound like he's learning that that in his group, that if you're not following exactly what they're doing for his Hasidut, that whatever the minhags and the halacha, that they're against the other Jews. They're just against them. That they're thinking that maybe they should hate them. So I hated that. Okay, because I felt that there's such a distance between these different groups that are learning and how they're respecting themselves and others, and I felt that it was so far from where we need to go, and I wanted to do more for that, and that's all.
Right. You can learn Perek Lamed Beis 32 in Tanya. I don't know how we said Perek.
Yes, I know this. I learned it.
Chapter 32.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I learned it. I understand.
You can learn that. You can learn that, and then when you meet people like this, you can tell them what the Alter Rebbe said, what Chabad, that this is the truth, because he bring there that he bring there psukim, sentence from the Torah, that well, like the things that we said every davening, every Shmona Esrei. The Rebbe said there, Barchenu Avinu, every Shmona Esrei we said, Barchenu Avinu Kulanu Kechad Bor Panecha. Barchenu, bless us, our Father, and Barchenu Avinu Kulanu, every one of us, Kechad. What is Kechad? Kechad is like we are one. So the Rebbe said there that where Hashem is, he can be when he gives the blessing, when we are feel as one. This is how he said. You need to tell them that
Yes.
what do you say when you daven Shmona Esrei? Barcheinu Avinu Kulanu Kechad Bor Panecha. What do you say? If you say you need to hate another Jew, so what do you say when you daven? So this is the thing that Hasidut come to the world and start to explain things, and special Hasidut Chabad, when we understand those things, that it's people that can be wrong, and if they take some size, they take some ideas, but they doesn't understand all the picture, like when you see a little thing and you think this is the way of work Hashem. But when come the Rebbe knows all the picture, and he told you the big picture. Of course you need to feel bad that the Jewish do not a good thing, but it doesn't mean you need to hate them. You need to separate those things. This is the Rebbe come and explain us those. And Be'ezer Hashem, Mashiach will come, and everything will be.
And we'll take us out from exile now.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. All right, well, that was good. I needed some inspiration after the negativity that I was exposed to.
Yeah, of course. Okay. All
Okay,
the good.
Shakoah.
And
נלמד עוד
let
בעזרת
us have
השם.
a wonderful week, a blessed week, a healthy week,
Amen.
and yes, and Mashiach. Let us hope that Mashiach will come today. I hope so.
יאללה.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good
Yeah.
night. Good day. And have a
Bye.
great
יאללה.
afternoon.
ביי ביי ביי.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.